This conference will now be recorded.
Yes. So I think it is audible to all and we're able to see my screen, correct? Yes, guys.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, Rini, Vishnu,
Yes,
Ashwini.
Yes, Rajat, we can see.
Yeah. Okay. Now today we are going to discuss about how to consume a REST API and how to consume a SOAP API. Okay, these are the two topics which we are going to cover today and tomorrow, right? So what is a REST API? Why as we in the sense as a Mule application, how we are going to consume the REST API? Okay, forget about Mule. How you can send a request to the REST API? Any REST API
Through a REST client, a browser.
to the browser, to REST client by using a Postman. We can use anything, right? Okay, yeah. Now here, assume there is one third-party application. This application name is Product Service REST. Is the application name, and which is having two operations: get our products, get product by name is the another one. This get product by name will expect some input argument and it will execute some logic and return some value. Here also it will execute some logic based on the incoming request and return some value, right? So my agenda is what? From the client application, I want to consume this product service REST application, right? So assume this product service REST application is exposed by using a REST web service. That means by using a REST API. Okay. Now, can we deploy the applications on some servers? Application server, can you please name some application server? Yeah, mostly used application server.
WebLogic.
WebLogic is one. Any other which is known to all?
WebSphere. Tomcat.
Tomcat.
Glassfish.
Okay, I'm just taking Tomcat as a server, right? Now, in the Tomcat, assume that it is listening on some port called 7070, right? Now, get all products. That means is in the REST application. It will point to. It will be mapped to some endpoint. So it is called as a resource as well. Resource or endpoint both are same. Assume that this get all product is mapped to /products. This get product by name is mapped to /products/ sorry, the name it is expecting some through some URI parameters. So how to write the URI parameters you know already, right? So this is the path for this get product by name, right? And this product service REST application is having a base path is /REST. Now, can you please tell me what is the request I can send? What is the request I can send in order to consume a get all products here? Yeah, what is the request I can send?
Application server IP followed by /REST/products to get all products.
Okay, can you please elaborate that? It's assume that REST application means official protocol HTTP.
Yeah.
Assume that is running on my local machine.
Local host.
Very good. Local host.
:7070.
Okay, 7070.
/REST.
Very good. /REST is the base path.
/products.
/products. Excellent. If you want to consume get product by name,
we should give the name. Yeah, after / we should give the input.
Okay, I'm just giving HP as a name. That means product detail. So
yes.
It will fetch the product, particular product details, right? So this request I can send through the I mean as an HTTP URL, right? Assume that my client is a postman as of now. I'm sending the request through the postman, right? So first let me show you how to consume this application by using a postman. Then we'll see how by using my mule application, how can I do that, right? So we require some third-party setup. Okay, you can use any public domains as well, but I have created my own application with a name product service REST by using a Spring Boot. Okay, I use the Spring Boot in order to create this product service REST application, and I given this Tomcat as an embedded Tomcat, embedded server with that application itself. No need to explicitly install Tomcat on your machine if it is not available. So it is acting as an embedded Tomcat to your server. That means to your application. In the folder which I have given to you, here you can see in the MuleSoft 4.x folder which I have given to you. In that Mule4 labs and workspace, there you can see one application, product service REST application. What type of file it is?
jar
A
file.
product service. Huh?
jar file.
It's a jar file. As I said, I have created my own third-party application by using a Spring Boot. Now, if I want to execute this product service REST application, what is the command I need to fire? I already given the command in the REST batch file. Let me open that batch file. What it contains. Yeah, can you please read this? It's a Java command executing a jar file. What is the file name? Product service REST jar file. And what is the port number? Yeah, I have given what is the port number? 7070 is the port number. And what is the context path of the application? Base path of the application, in other words, /rest. Just execute that command. That means execute that batch file. So as I said, this application is deployed by using a Spring Boot. And the Tomcats will start. On which port? It's a 7070 port. Yeah, is it started? Tomcat started? Yes or no? Hello, are we connected? Please respond, guys. Unmute your mics.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, Eugene,
Tomcat
it has
started,
started.
and your product service application got deployed on that, right? Now, can I send a request? Can you please help me with the URL?
2070/rest.
/rest/products. I'm just sending a request. So once it is up and running, then definitely I need to get a response. Since it's a REST application, I assume that I have given the MIME type of that application is a JSON format. So am I getting the JSON format here?
Yeah.
Yes. Is it an array? Is it an array?
Yes,
Array contains what?
products.
Array contains normal. Forget about this. Array contains normally elements.
Elements.
Yes or no? Elements. Elements of what type? In that array, what type of elements we can write? Any array, for that matters. Any array contains what type of elements?
Elements of the same type.
It could,
Similar type of elements.
no, it could not required to be similar type. It could be string type. It could be a number type. It could be an object type also. Yes or no? So right now, am I getting the object type elements? This element, is it not an object?
Yes, it is.
What type of object it is? It is a
JSON object.
it's a JSON object, right? Which contains some key and a value,
Value.
right? JSON is like a map again, which has key and a value, right? So in this array, total, how many products I have? Total, how many objects I have? Total, 6 objects, right? Now every product is having some name. Now, if I want to get a product by name, slash products, slash, we need to send a request to that HP or a Mac. So am I getting only Mac related products now? 2 products only in that array, right? Yes or no? This is how
Yeah.
normally we'll consume any REST API, right? The same thing I want to do by using my Mule application, but the requirement is like this. Assume this is a Mule application now, right? So HTTP, assume that it is also running on my local machine, localhost 8081 this time, slash my products, right? If I give this request, my requirement is, once I give this request, I want to consume this get all products method, right? What I need to write here in this client application level? Yes, client application is my Mule application level. What is the code I need to write first? In order to listen to this request, first I need to configure
You need to configure the HTTP listener.
HTTP listener. Very good. Once it is receiving this request, then what it will do? Convert that into Mule event. That event will be processed by the process. Right now, what is the requirement? Whenever my client is giving this request, I want to consume this get all products present in the product service REST application. So what is the component, what is the connector I can use in order to request this URL? My third party application is expecting this URL in order to consume get all products. Yes or no? Right? So how can I map this URL? How can I send this request to the third party application by using my Mule application? Here, HTTP listener is part of which module?
HTTP module.
Same, under HTTP module, we have one more connector called request connector. In that request connector, we will configure this URL. That means we are going to requesting this URL to be triggered, right? So once you give this, once my client is giving this request, my listener is listening for that, and that request will be processed by the request connector once you configure it, and that will send. That means what we are configuring, this URL I'm going to configure in this request connector and send the request. Once it send the request, that means automatically it consumes the get all products, right? And another case, if my client is giving some question mark represents in what type of attributes?
Query params.
Okay, first I will show the simple one, then I will go with the next one. So what is first requirement? Simply if I giving my products, I want to consume get all products, right? So in order to explain about this concept, we have one predefined project. Let me import that. The name is 01 consuming REST start application. Yeah. Okay, first under this HTTP, we have a listener and we have a request connector. Let me drag and drop the request connector first. First, I'm going to consume get product by name, okay, or else get all products. Always the name should be meaningful. The flow name should be meaningful. Get all products. Okay, every connector will have some connector configurations, right? What do you mean by connector? Basically, yeah, what do you mean by connector? Connector. What is a connector? Connector means what? Okay, what is a module then?
HTTP.
HTTP is a module, right? And what are the connectors provided under HTTP? For example, listener is a connector, request is a connector, right? And we have seen a Java module. In that Java module, what are the connectors I have? Invoke static, invoke, new, all these are the connectors. So what you understood by meaning of a connector?
It's a component which lets you
If you are using that component, the connector in the flow level, that is called as a component. What it will do? What is the functionality of that connector? Connect to the external applications. It's as simple as that, right? Now every connector will have some connector configuration. Let me configure that. Click on a plus sign. Just configure the URL. What is the base path of the application?
/rest.
REST is the base path, and HTTP host, localhost, port number
7070.
7070. Let me take everything as a default. Now this is the URL you are expecting to trigger to the third-party application. And what is the path? If you want to consume GitHub products,
/products.
/products, save it. Now, once I deploy this application, first of all, we need to listen for the request coming from the URL. So what is the request? Localhost 8081/my products. This is the request URL given by my client. My products, right? Now, if I send this request, who will listen for the request? I need to have a listener first. Let me configure that listener. So I'm going to show only for get all products. The next operation you need to do it. I will switch to one of your screen. Okay. So get all products. And what is the path?
My
Yes,
products.
yes. My products is the path. Okay. Now my HTTP listener will listen for the request and convert that request into mule event. Right. That event is processed by whom now? Yes, yes. That event is process will be processed by which processor now?
Request.
But how? But how? There are two different, these are the two different flows, right?
Okay, you need to have a flow reference to point to the second one.
Yeah. If you want to invoke from one flow to another flow, we use a flow reference. So what is the scope of a flow reference? What is the
Project
scope
level.
of a flow reference? Yeah, exactly. What is that? It's a project level. So right now, if I click on a drop down, what are the things I can see? Get all products is the flow name, right? Always ensure that flow reference name also to display which flow it is referencing to. Now let me write a logger. Whatever the end of the flow, whatever the payload I am having, that payload I want to display on the console level. So if I deploy this application, what will be the response you are going to get? Can anyone explain the flow here? Once I give a request? Yeah. Once I give a request, what will be the flow? Can anyone explain this?
It will get all the product details.
Which format? I will get all the products. Get all products means I will get all the products, but in which format?
JSON
Yeah.
only.
JSON only, right? Previously, I got JSON format only, right? So the third-party application, we are getting output in a JSON format. Just please be ready. Please be ready with your AnyPoint Studio. Yeah, consuming REST start application deployed. Let me give a request. Yeah, if the mapping is done, that means I'm able to see all the product details. That means the mapping what you have done in the request connector is absolutely fine. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Now I want to filter the products based on the name. So assume my client is giving some request in this way. Product name equal to HP. Through what type of attribute?
Query params.
Query params. But my third party application is expecting what type of parameter?
URI.
URI. Okay. So I want you to do to create one more flow. Very simple. How I create a request for get all products, create one more flow for get product by name. And that request connector, what you are going to do, please think and do. If I am getting query parameters in the request, how can you get that value and how can you pass that to URI parameter? Yeah, please do it. I'll give just 10 minutes time. 10-15 minutes. That is more than enough. Yeah, who wants to switch your screen so that I can help you while you are practicing or while you are doing that? I can tell you within 5 minutes, but there is no use. I want you to try. I want to see how you are approaching to that. Who is ready?
Sujit, I'm connected from phone, so there's no chance of able to working as well.
Okay. I think this is the second time, I guess. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? Chandra? Srini? Rajesh? At least respond. At least please respond. So I'm trying to help you out. First of all, understood the requirement what I specified. I'm getting the URL and a value from the query parameter. I want to extract that query parameter value and I want to pass that value as a URI parameter to the third party application because that get product by name is expecting it is mapped to what is the endpoint? URI endpoint, right? URI parameter. So how to do it? Can you please show me the screen? Anyone, please. Yes, Srini. Can you do it, Srini? Vishnu, Pranay. Okay, you don't want to switch the
Yes,
screen, just do it.
I can connect the screen, but I did not import the file yet. I can show you.
What is that? File?
I did not import the file. Like, I can show you my screen.
You can create your own, new project also, no need to import.
Okay.
Just to display the screen, okay? My friends will help you out.
Okay.
Yeah, Prem, anyone can help him out. Just give an access, Pranay.
Yeah. Just a second.
So if you help him out, there's the same what you are doing as well. It will count as if you do the same process. Yeah, accept that screen.
It's saying restart. Just a second.
Restart. Now you are present actually. Again, I have given access sequence.
Just a second.
Okay, Chandra, not an issue. Yeah, if he's facing a problem, anyone can do that. Here, over there, can anyone do that? Yeah, it is open. Is it your Mac? Yeah. Not required to import. You can create your own project, and it's an empty XML only, no any which ways. Guys, help him out. What to do first step?
Get the HTTP listener.
Pranay, are you feeling any difficulty when I'm teaching in Windows and you're practicing in MacBook? Are you facing any issues? Pranay, please unmute your mic.
I'm still
Hello,
importing
Sujit.
the project.
Yeah. So are you facing
Yeah,
any
and
problems?
some issue. Yeah, I was not able to like extract the files. Yesterday I did all of them. Now I'm able to do some flows. I'm trying to do the fourth class.
Okay.
Yeah, today I'll do the rest. The yesterday's class and day before that.
Okay. No. My question is, when you're doing that, are you facing any difficulty in understanding wise
Yes,
when you compare with Windows and a Mac?
yes. Like not much. I did not try a lot of them, but
Okay.
in here I did not find any. Importing I did not get till now. Like the Java
Mhm.
session where we imported things.
So are you importing one by one project or at a time you're importing all the projects?
I did not try importing yet.
Oh, yeah. Just go ahead. Go ahead, guys. You can tell me. Yes. Others also to be participated. Please, Ashwini, you can help him. Muniswami, you can help him. What to do? What is the task first of all? We need to create a flow to get product by name. That name you need to fetch from the query parameters, and you need to pass to the application in the URI parameter.
Yeah. So once you have added the HTTP listener, I think we can have a set variable basically. So where we can split the query params and get that into a variable and then pass that to the request.
What is a variable? Why variable?
The variable is basically to just split the to get the query param value
Okay. Try to.
from the payload.
Yeah. What is the next? Configure that HTTP listener first. Pranay.
Yeah. Base path is
Slash my products, right?
and the path is
My products. My products is the path.
up.
Yeah.
Transform the phase and
Vishnu, Ashwini, Muniswami, Mike, Rajesh, Srini. Yeah, you can also participate. Or else, if you are doing, I'm okay with that.
We need to start the REST service, right?
Yes, Pranay, he's asking something. Do I need to start?
Yeah.
Do we need to start the REST application first?
Yeah.
REST service?
yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's first configure that. Then also we can do the starting of the REST service. First, write the logic.
So what we didn't need to do, I forgot here.
Yeah, guys, help him out.
I think I add a flow reference to REST service.
It's up to you whether you want to write it in some other flow or in the same flow also you can write that
Yeah.
instead
The
of flow
same
reference. If you want to write in the same flow, you can continue with the process part.
First,
Yeah,
I'm
Prem,
getting HTTP request, it converts to event, then
HTTP. Click on that HTTP module.
Yeah.
Request connector.
Request, yeah.
Yeah.
No, in a separate flow.
do we need to configure anything?
Yeah, click on the plus sign and configure that. Connector configuration. Yeah, here.
The base path is
Slash
my
Slash
production.
rest.
slash rest is the base path.
Just a slash?
Rest.
Rest.
Yeah.
No. Host. You need to give the host. No. Edit that option. Edit.
Yeah. Host is a local host. Port 7070, I think.
That's it.
Yeah.
How do we do? Request is HTTP, all that?
Not URL. Path.
Also.
No. Don't switch on to the expression mode. Not required.
Okay. Path is my products.
No. What is the third party application is exposed as? Slash products.
Slash products.
Slash products. No. Slash
Remove the
products.
Huh?
Yeah. Slash products.
Products.
Slash. And it is expecting some URI parameter. How to write a listener path for URI parameter?
Attributes.uri parameter dot.
No. Here in the path, can you write in the listener path when you are extracting the query parameter starting? Have you written in the listener path as attributes dot query parameters? Not written, right? So there we have given a path slash URI parameter path. How can we give? Curly brace. And what is the key? I think it is exposed as a name. Name is the variable name. Yeah. Now just come down. Scroll it up. Scroll it up. Yeah. So right now you want to pass a URI parameter or a query parameter? Not there. Not there. Just ask. Answer my question.
URI
Whether
parameter.
URI parameter.
URI parameter.
There are few headers, body, query parameter, and URI parameter. Right? Click on the URI params and just add a key by using a plus sign. Yeah. What is the key?
Name.
Remove entire key and override that with a what is the key over there?
Name.
Name is the key. Yeah. Remove that and write a name. Remove entire
Okay.
name and how to get a value? Yes.
You
How
can
to get a value? We are writing a data view expression.
attributes.
How? Yeah. Write it out.
Is this okay?
P should be capitals. Attributes dot URI P. Yeah, that's it. Save it. Save. Control S.
Yeah, saved it.
Yeah. Next, write a logger after that request parameter. Write a logger and deploy. Okay, click on S. That's what I said. Every time, whenever you done with your deployment, please stop that runtime. Okay.
Yeah, deploy.
Now go and give a request. What is the request? HTTP localhost 8081 slash
My products, right?
yes, my products.
I have given 70/70, I think.
No,
Yeah, I think
that
you've.
is for the, that is
No, I
for the
think his
third
listener is wrong.
configuration.
Yeah,
Your view
but his
location,
listener is configured wrong. I think
yeah.
for the listener he gave a 70/70 instead of 80/81.
Where in the HTTP listener?
Yeah.
You just open the listener, edit the configuration. I think he has given 8081. Oh, change it.
Should I redeploy it?
No. Why we have two configurations? A request connector. Okay. Just save it. Automatically it will restart. Yeah. Once it is deployed, then you can give you submit the request. Meanwhile, you can prepare the statement 8081 slash my products and writing a query parameters. I think there you have given a product name or a name. Name only?
Yeah, name only.
Okay, then if it is name, fine. Then fine. Down. No. Send. Give the value.
Okay, name equal to
HP or Mac, whatever it is. Just give the name. M should be capital. So no listener endpoint for slash my products. Okay, go back to the listener.
I think this I gave as
Not
capital.
specifying slash.
I think, is it saved? I don't think so. It is saved your application. Again, send a request. First, go back to the listener. Let me cross check that. Listener. My products. Copy that and give there. 8081.
Sorry, just a second. 8081 my products. Okay.
Take the my products and copy and paste.
Okay.
Now send the request.
It says the same thing.
No listener for endpoint slash my products. Is it deployed again? Just click on that empty space in the any point studio level.
Here?
Yeah. Okay, just go to the console. Console.
Yeah.
Okay, where is the status as deployed? Just come down. Which application got deployed? Go up. How can you identify which application is deployed? In the console only, just go up and scroll it down. Application March 24. What is your
Yeah, this
application name? Okay, no. On the left side, Package Explorer. Open that Package Explorer. Again, expand it. Your
This one?
application name 01 Basics.
Yeah, I did not open that. That's what I was saying.
Okay. Where you written all this in the March 24. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I copy this XML and paste it
Not
in
required.
01 Basics?
Why not required? So just go back to the listener, just to show me from the starting. First of all, why it is not listening for the request? HTTP listener config my
We need a
products.
slash
Go back
before
to
my products.
the
For the path, do we need a slash before my products?
that's what. Go back to the base. I mean, edit the configuration once. Edit the configuration. Yeah, HTTP
Okay.
listener configuration. Edit that. What is the base path you are given there?
Oh, should
Remove this.
I add slash?
Yeah, it will calculate. No, remove this.
Okay.
Enter. Click on OK now. Now save it and deploy it again. See how many things we are learning while you're practicing. Exactly, if you practice, they will come to know. Where I am telling, it may be very easy, but while you're practicing, you will understand what is what you are trying to do. Let it save, let it get deployed.
Okay.
Okay, Mac products are not available in that. Okay, just go with the HP. Value as
Okay.
HP.
Capital H or?
Capital HP. Capital HP.
Evaluated to null, it says.
By 1 second. I have HP products, right?
I thought we are giving URI parameters, right? Is it query params?
No, here. Which one? No, here they are using a query parameters. That's what I want to extract that query parameter value and I want to pass it to name attribute in the URI parameter. But here HP is there. That's what I wondered. Just go back to the expression in the query. Go back to the expression. Request connector.
To the
Request connector. Click on that request connector. Is it getting paused? Screen is getting paused.
no, mine is fine. Yeah, I think
Okay, that's fine. Go back, click on OK. And the URI parameter expression, can I see that? Request. 1 second, hold on. Slash products slash name. Just come down, down. Yeah, scroll it up, up. Click on that URI params. Down.
where is it?
No. Where you have written the expression, just come down.
It's
No,
not
what's
there.
that?
Okay.
Yeah, URI params. You are in a body now. Click on that URI params. Name is fine. Attributes dot URI params dot name. Correct only, no? Why it is not giving?
Vijay, first it should get
Sorry,
the data from
sorry.
somewhere, right?
No. What we are doing here? Attributes dot. I think this is the one you are highlighting the frame. Query params, right? Attributes dot query
Okay.
params. Shit, I am also not checking this one. Attributes dot query params. Yeah, save it now. This is what you are pointing to, Prem?
It still
No,
says
I thought, okay, I thought we have to extract information from the query params before. I also missed that. We're using URI params. That's why I said we have to use a set variable to do that. And then I thought I can use that, I can pass that variable in to request.
URI
And then
now once it is deployed, give a request, Pranay.
this connection refused.
Your REST is, I mean, just you need to start the REST application there. Have you started that batch file?
No.
Start the batch file. It is sending a request, but there is no server available.
Yeah. How do we start it?
Go to the folder which I have given to you, Mule4 Labs in Workspace.
Okay.
Okay, let me switch back to my screen. Okay, it's getting delayed. Let me show you that. Okay, it will be helpful to all. So are you able to see my screen, guys, right now? Yes. Yes. No.
Sir.
I am trying to do here getting product by name. So what I has done just now, I'm just doing it again. Get product by name, right? So can I use the same configuration which I used for get all products? Base configuration? Yes. Right? What is the path? In order to get product by name, slash products slash URI parameter to be right in a curly braces name. Now that value, how I can pass that value? By extracting the query parameter, and I'm passing the URI parameter value. Name is the key. Value will be attributes dot query params dot product name. Save it. Right? Now, do I need to change the flow reference? Instead of get all products, do I need to change it to get product by name? Yes or no?
Yes.
What happened? Guys, please respond. Are you there? Are we connected?
Yes, sir.
yes,
Okay. Get product by name. So, but get all products, get product by name changing frequently, I mean, is it a good practice? No, right? I want to route particular request based on the incoming request. That means based on the incoming request, I want to route that request to the get product by name or a get all products. If my client is passing the product name value, then it should go to the get product by name. If I'm not passing any, I mean, the client is not passing any value, it should go to the get all products. What type of condition I can write, and how we can send it? How can we say, how can we route that request? So there is something called choice router. Choice router. See, this choice router will work based on some condition. It's like a switch case statement. Switch case, right? When I want to send that request to, I'm just drag and dropping this flow reference here, which is pointing to get all products. When this route should get executed? When we don't have any product name. So what is the expression I can write? Attributes dot query params dot, yeah, product name, yeah, is equal to null.
No.
Can I send this? Right? Then it will go to get all products. Now I want to write one more condition, one more when condition. So by using one more flow reference, I can write one more route. If I drop here, it will be after the choice router. If I drop here, it will be inside. Now drag and drop between this choice router and this icon. When we get a black vertical line, one more when route will get highlighted. This time the flow reference I want to map it to get product by name. Always the flow reference should map, I mean display name should be displayed. So what is the request I can give? Again, this time attributes dot query params dot product name is not equal to null. If it is not equal to null, automatically this will be satisfied. Okay, let me write logger here in the default route, invalid request. Okay, save it. Now I save this application, right? So once I save it, if I give a request, this one, will I be getting HP products? Yes or no? That means first condition is satisfied or failed? It is failed because it is not equal to null. I'm passing some value. So then it will come to the second one. The second route, is it success? That means it is satisfied? Yes. So it will go to the get product by name. Okay. Now let me give some invalid value, invalid name. So if I send the request, what is the response you're going to get? Yes.
Error.
Huh?
Invalid request.
Invalid.
How will it be invalid? You will be getting an empty array. With this name, I don't have any product detail. Yes or no? Is it equal to null? No, right? Or else it is it equal to not equal to null? No. So not equal to null. That means there is some value, but that value may not be present on that in that application, in that array. That's why it is giving an empty array. So now if you want to catch, or if you want to raise this an exception or your own exception, because when a client send a request, if you are not getting a data and you want to raise as your own exception, then you can do that. There is an option called raise exceptions, and you can catch that exception by writing the alternate logic. Got it? Understood clearly how to use a choice router? Yes or no? In this session, we'll see how to use a request connector in order to send a request to the third-party REST API, and how to consume, right? And at the same time, what we have learned, if you want to invoke one flow to another flow by using a flow reference, we can invoke. At the same time, once client is passing one type of parameter, and my third-party application is expecting one type of parameter, how we can map in the request connector we have seen, right? And based on the incoming request, I want to send, or I want to route that request to the either, I mean, get all products or get product by name, totally based on the incoming request. Have I done that? Yes, by using choice router. Choice router will work based on some conditions. Understood?
Yeah.
Now go to the lab, and there is something called consuming REST application document. Okay, please practice based on that. Thank you.